Shabbos, everyone. We find ourselves in an unbelievable time period. Yom Yerushalayim coming up, Parshas Bamidbar, and then of course, Shavuos, Matan Torah. What do all these things have to do with each other? How are we supposed to approach all of these days? And what's the message that we can take home with us as we prepare for Matan Torah, which will be in less than 2 weeks? Well, Parshas Bamidbar tells us, in Dafka, the pasuk says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke Bamidbar Sinai. And what's the stress of Midbar Sinai? In last week's parsha, we have a stress of Har Sinai, that we're talking about Shemitah during Har Sinai. Well, what's the stress of Bamidbar? And so the Torah tells us, the Chazal tell us, that a person is only fully able to accept the Torah if he makes himself hefker like a midbar. Hefker like a midbar. What does that mean, hefker like a midbar? The idea is that in terms of being able to really appreciate and accept the Torah in the most unbelievable and productive ways, you have to make yourself hefker. What does that mean, you have to make yourself hefker? You have to open your mind. When you go to a midbar, there's nothing. There's no predetermined anything, no preconceived notions. Everywhere you look is going to be something like, what's going to be, what's going to be, what's going to be. Here, that's exactly what we approach Torah. Torah, we're not coming with any agendas. We're coming to appreciate what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give us. Na'aseh v'nishma is that concept that we have no idea what's going to be. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, whatever you give us, that's what's appropriate for us. When we approach the Torah, that's exactly the message that we have to have. Chumash Bamidbar is called Chumash HaPikudim. And we have all of the different counts that happened. We have the concept that when we talk about the counts of Klal Yisrael, when we always talk about the numbers of Klal Yisrael, immediately we think about something that we're told in Sefer Bereshis. By Avram Avinu, the pasuk tells us, "Habeitna hashamayim usfora kolchavim." Look to the heavens and count the stars, because they're going to be countless. That's how we always appreciate the concept of the midbar, the numbers that happened, that we counted in the midbar. But what does that mean? Is that really what the message is about the Kolchavim? So, the truth be told, there's something much deeper than that. It's not necessarily that the stars in the sky are impossible to count, but that the Jewish people will be like stars. Stars have light. But interestingly enough, when you look at the stars, sometimes you see some that are brighter and sometimes that are less bright. But when you really think about it, they're all bright. Just this one you don't see because this one's a little bit closer and this one's a little bit this and a little bit this. But they all have a tremendous amount of light. That's the idea of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is not just about the fact that we'll be numerous like the stars in heaven, but rather more than that. We're empowered because we're all capable. We're all a part of this nation. We're all a part of this story. And we all have those capabilities. This Shabbos we read the 6th parak of Pirkei Avos. And one of the ways of being Konei Torah is Lilmod al Manas Lelamed. Lilmod al Manas Lelamed. To learn in order to be able to teach. To be able to teach is to be able to empower. That idea is something that's so important when we look to the next generations. When we look and we appreciate, when we teach, and we learn in order to be able to teach. It also has to be, as we said before, like hefker. Meaning what? Not hefker, but without agendas. Allow the Torah to teach. Allow ourselves to appreciate what the Torah is all about. Recognize our students, recognize our Talmidim and our Talmidos, recognize their capabilities, because everyone is a star. Everyone has capabilities. And when you think about that, when you come from that perspective in this world, we take ourselves to another level, which I think in the last few seconds, that's how we can also appreciate Yom Yerushalayim. To appreciate Yom Yerushalayim, to appreciate the relationship we have with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, recognize the unbelievable things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has, leaving all agendas aside, look at what we can be thankful for as we have Yom Yerushalayim, a place that's truly ma'ached kol am Yisrael. Yerushalayim is not nechlak l'shvatim because it brings us all together. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should continue bringing ourselves together with Torah, with learning, with teaching, with caring about the next generations, with empowering the next generations. And Be'ez Hashem, we should be zocheh to a true Matan Torah. Shabbos.